Welcome back, hackers. Today I wanted to do a quick video on my experience during the DEFCON 34 Wardriving competition. I had a ton of fun and ended up placing way higher than I expected at 6th place. This was my first time doing the competition and I wanted to share some tips on how to get the most out of your war drives. First, let's talk about my setup. I use the Biscuit Pro as my manager for the rest of my nodes. Next is the Biscuit Ultra as a node, and it was definitely the powerhouse of my setup, and I could see this during Wardriving that it was capturing about 3 times the amount of signals compared to my other nodes. These can be found at biscuitshop.us. And finally, to round up my setup, I used 4 of these boards called Fire Beetle 2 boards. You can find them at dfrobot.com. The main reason why I use these is just because they're really cheap and the onboard antenna works just fine. But ideally, I would go with very similar boards by Waveshare that come with an external antenna, but just know that they're about twice the price as the Fire Beetles. And in the end, any type of extra node will help, so don't get caught up on using exactly what I used. A lot of people use Xiao C5s with external antennas. You could use LilyGo T-dongles with the Biscuit node firmware on it. So just use whatever you can get your hands on and it will definitely help split the workload as far as capturing signals on different channels. So let's talk a little bit about how to make the most out of your Wardriving session. To be honest, it's really simple. Just drive every road in highly populated areas. This could be apartment complexes, trailer parks, subdivisions, and city neighborhoods. Here's one of my sessions from the competition. What I usually do is drive for about an hour or so, stop, upload my session, and start a new one and continue. That way my uploads are processing while I'm off finding more APs or access points. This one was just over an hour. What I do is find an area that I really want to cover and drive all the roads east to west, and then I'll drive the area from north to south, and this makes sure I get every signal in the area. I had very little backtracking even with so many streets because I'll glance every once in a while over to my phone that's mounted on a vent mount and see the APs pop up in real time, and I'll plan kind of like where I want to go next. Like, do I want to turn left coming up or turn right? Just be sure to pay attention to the road. A lot of times when I was war driving, you got to pay attention to stop signs or people running in the middle of the road or people backing up out of their driveways. So just be careful, especially when you're going through complex neighborhoods. As far as the competition, I drove about 6 hours a day for 3 days during the competition, and taking another look at my stats, you can see I got about 121,000 new Wi-Fi found, and I had a huge area to work with compared to a lot of people. And this can help you or hurt you. It kind of hurt me a little bit just because they have these things called foxes that wiggle administrators add to your area, and so your goal is to find these invisible foxes on your map while war driving, and I really struggled with that. If you take a look, I only ended up with 1 fox by the time I was all done. So I think next year, I think I'll pick a much smaller area and try to capitalize more on the foxes, because if you find one of these foxes, it gives you a bonus score. But in the end, I was really happy with placing 6th place. It was definitely a learning experience. It was a ton of fun, and it was my first time doing it. So I was just kind of enjoying the process and just really psyched that I ended up placing so high. Okay guys, that's about it. I wish you guys the best of luck war driving out there, and I hope you guys enjoy this inside look at the DEFCON 34 war driving competition and my setup, and I'll catch you in the next one.